Hello friends, welcome you all. In the previous lecture, we have discussed the role of NBFCs in economy and in economic development. Today, I am going to explain you the growth of NBFCs in India, which factors are responsible for the growth of NBFCs in India, and on the two parameters, that is, one is the credit distributed by NBFCs and other is the deposit collected by NBFCs. We are going to discuss. Let us discuss the NBFCs, the categorization of NBFCs. In the last lecture, we have discussed it, the regulator of NBFCs. The some NBFCs registered under the Reserve Bank of India and regulated and supervised by RBI. Other NBFCs like housing finance institutions governed by National Housing Bank. Then the NBFCs which are working in capital market are governed by or regulated by SEBI. Then Ministry of Corporate Affairs govern Nidhi companies, mutual benefit companies, etc. Then cheat fund companies are governed by state government and insurance companies by IRDA. So some of the NBFCs are governed by Reserve Bank of India and some of uh, depend on that particular sector, who is the regulator of that particular sector. So today the main concern of our lecture is to discuss the growth of NBFCs in India. The NBFC sector in India has undergone a significant transformation over the period of time and in the past few years. It is playing a significant role in the growth of Indian financial system and in economic development also. So NBFC in India, the sector which is playing a critical role in development of this various sectors like infrastructure, then transport, then employment generation, wealth creation, economic development of the weaker section in India. We have discussed all these things in the role of NBFCs in economic development. Non-banking financial companies have outperformed banks in the mortgage industry by the help of technology in credit deployment. NBFC has expanded their operation in underserved segments where the bank do not serves, or the NBFCs captured expanded their business in where the bank have not served or bank had failed to uh, provide the services in that particular sector. NBFCs have the business areas for themselves by understanding customers and building customized product which the commercial banks fail to. So they have NBFCs have designed such products that commercial banks failed to build such a product. So they have operated by understanding customer and building customized products. If we look at the the total credit market of NBFC, then we can see that it is going up from 13% in financial year 2016 to 16% in financial year 2017. Further, if we analyze, then you can have the idea that 20% in financial year 2018, the average growth of NBFCs every year is 4 to 6%. So the NBFCs growth increasing by 4 to 6% every financial year. Let us see the chart here. If you analyze the chart, or if you analyze the growth of NBFCs by the distribution of its credit, at the end of September 2019, we can see this picture. I have mentioned here in the percentage. So the highest percentage of credit distribution is in the industry. So it is around 56.7%. Then the lowest credit distributed by NBFC is the sector which is the primary sector, that is agriculture and allied activities. The service sector have 14.5%, the distribution of credit by NBFCs. But on the second place, the retail loans are there. So retail loans after manufacturing or sector is have got the credit from NBFCs, that is 20.2%. Other credit distributed by NBFC is 6%. So agriculture and allied activities are still lagging behind compared to other sectors for getting credit from NBFCs. Manufacturing is quite or industry is quite at the top for the getting credit from NBFCs. So this is the sectoral credit deployment by NBFCs. We have got this data from Reserve Bank of India. The source is Reserve Bank of India. Let us discuss another chart which depicts you the public deposit of NBFCs at the end of March September 2019. Here I have we have on the y-axis given the amount in crores. So this is the data of NBFCs of deposit collection from public. So highest, if we look at the graph, the steady increase is there from March 2016 to September 2019. Over the 3-year span, you can analyze that the 27,000 crore deposits were collected by NBFCs in March 2016. And if you look at the September 2019, you will find that 47,000 crore rupees deposit collected by NBFCs. So there is the steady growth in the collection of deposits. So the every financial year NBFCs are growing at the rate of 4 to 6% on an average. So this was the financial parameter of the NBFCs, one of the financial parameter, that is the collection of deposits by NBFCs of the deposit collecting NBFCs, obviously. So let us discuss which factors are led the growth of NBFCs in India. First is a deep understanding of the customer segment. So NBFCs have strongly focused on unorganized sector and underserved segments of the economy. So the bank have ignored this sector, or the bank have not provided the services to these sectors compared to NBFCs. So they have they have the deep understanding of the customer segment, which led the companies to create for themselves the frequent interactions with their customer segment and deeply understanding their needs. So they are ensuring last mile delivery and enhanced customer experience of products and services. So the first the reason is NBFCs have the deep understanding of the customer segment. They have focused on unorganized and underserved segments by the regular banks. So where bank have not provided credit, these NBFCs have provided in that particular area. Second reason or the factor which led the growth of NBFCs in India is customized product offering by NBFCs. So they have several NBFCs have focused on a limited line. That is, we called it in a financial language monoline set of product. So to serve the target customer segment, armed with a through comprehension of their target segment, NBFCs have customized product offering to address unique characteristics of this customer segment and focused on meeting the right needs. Several NBFCs are adopting a non-standard standard pricing model for product lines in line with the customer profile and inherent risk of lending. So these NBFCs are taking risk also, and they have adopted the non-standard pricing model also, and they have targeted one customer segment. That is, we called it as focused limited line of products and focused limited segment of customer. That is, we called it monoline set of products. So they have taken risk also. So this is the factor led the growth of NBFCs in India. Next factor is the technology for improved efficiency and enhanced experience. So the use of technology is helping NBFCs companies customize credit assessment model and optimize their business processes, so thereby reducing the time to market and helping improve customer experience. So customers are getting a better experience from these NBFCs. They are using higher and efficient technology to deliver their services and products. So NBFCs are investing in data analytics, such as in the, and they are using artificial intelligence to build robust relationship with their target customer segment. So they have better customer relationship. They are using artificial intelligence, softwares, technology, data analytics, etc. So they have improved their efficiency, and they are enhancing their experience. So they have achieved such type of growth because they focused the single segment of customers and particular segment of customers and focused on the monoline type of credit line or the products. So they are investing in data analytics, how data, the customer data, they better relationship with customers. So because they have to survive in the market, because banks are the main competitors of NBFC. So how to perform better is the target of many NBFCs, because they have to sustain in the market. Next is wider and effective reach. NBFCs are now reaching out to tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 markets. So distributing loans across several customer touch points, building a connected channel experience that provides an seamless experience with 24 into 7 sales and services. As the customers of today involving and assessing digital media like never before, NBFCs have embarked on a new and better way to engage with the customer. So already we have discussed the better customer relationship and better use of technology. So they are providing their sales and services and the seamless experience 24 into 7. So they have reaching out to tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 and tier 4 markets. So distributing loans across several customers touch points. So they have wider effective reach with the customers, and this is the factor which led the growth of NBFCs in India. Co-lending arrangement. NBFCs have trying up with multiple alternative lenders with digital platforms and commercial banks as well, which has been adding to their targeted customer base. So uh, NBFCs are tying up with multiple alternative lenders in different areas, different segments, and with digital platform also. So they are using their technology, uh, and they are tying up with the commercial banks as well. So they have the targeted customer base, and they are co-lending with other lending agencies also, making the co-lending arrangements. Next factor is robust risk management. Given their focus on lending to the subprime customer segment and regulatory disadvantage, uh, like a SURFICE, DRT, and capital adequacy requirement, in comparison to commercial banks lender, NBFCs are ensuring enhanced governance through a proactive, robust, and better risk management model. So they have very use of efficient technology and efficient use of artificial intelligence and other means to manage the risk in the business. So they are better in the risk management, robust risk management they have. So this is the reason or the factor that led growth of NBFCs in India. So let us discuss the last overview or just overall assessment. Although the balance sheet size of NBFCs constitute 18.6% of SCBs, it has emerged as an important pillar of the Indian financial system. So NBFCs have a very important and critical role in the Indian financial system. The sector, which had witnessed a robust expansion in 2017-18, experienced headwind in 2018-19 and in 1920 up to September, obviously we are discussing, as market sentiment turned negative post IL and FS event and recent default by some NBFCs. So they have got some setback in 2018-19 to 1920 because of the some issues happened in this sector. That is, some NBFCs have defaulted, so it is affected this market. The Reserve Bank and the government have taken several measures and uh, to restore stability in the NBFC space. So Reserve Bank of India and government is continuously taking several measures and other solutions to restore stability in the NBFC sector or in the industry. The Reserve Bank took measures to augment systematic liquidity in this sector. Uh, then standard of asset liability management framework, then easy flow of fund by relaxing ECB guidelines, and strengthen governance and risk management structure of the NBFC. So Reserve Bank of India is continuously taking the initiative uh, to stabilize this sector better, and the strengthening the governance in the risk management area and in the NBFCs overall. The government provided additional support through the partial credit guarantee scheme in this budget. The finance minister announced already that in the budget, encouraging public sector banks to acquire high rated pool assets of NBFCs. Furthermore, the Finance Bill 2019, through amendment in the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934, conferred a power on the Reserve Bank to bolster governance of NBFCs. So Reserve Bank of India have got the more power to governance or regulate the NBFCs before 2019, because Finance Bill 2019 provided this provided amendment in the RBI Act 1934 and given more power to the in RBI to the governance of to govern the NBFC sector. These measures are geared toward allying investors' apprehensions and aiding NBFCs in performing their role better. Going forward, the Reserve Bank will continue to maintain constant vigil over NBFCs and take necessary steps to ensure overall financial stability. So, Reserve Bank and government is continuously taking the steps to improve the this sector, NBFC sector, because NBFCs have very critical role in the development of financial systems in India. So friend, that much in this today's lecture. If you have any queries, question, then let me know. Channel subscribe this channel, then you will get the updated videos time to time. Mention your roll number and name in the comment box so that I will get your attendance. Thank you. See you in the next lecture.